Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Diablo 3. And on this episode, I am joined by...
Valara, the witch doctor, played by Dark Dragon.
And we're going to be continuing with this quest, Angel of Death. And now, as you can see, we're pretty close to the main bad guy here. In fact, we're right here at the guy. So before we go in there, can you tell us something that we need to be aware of, something to watch out for? Meteorites, fire, acid. I mean, what's his special thing, the one thing that he has?
Okay, he has multiple things. One, he summons these clouds that if you touch them, they do retarded damage.
Okay, so we're gonna go with a lot of damage on that one, guys. What else does he have?
You know those, they're like big guys with huge thick arms but no legs. They hit the ground and kind of glow white and then suck out your life. He summons those. And he goes what I call Super Saiyan. He also, you know those guys where they have like the circle around them and they spin doing damage? He does that.
Okay, so we're gonna, I guess,
so,
let's go inside and see what he has, because he has a lot of stuff, so we'll just have to see it as we go through it. Okay, what's it?
When he jumps to the middle of the room, he's gonna do fireballs out in front of him. As soon as you see him jump into the middle of the room, you have to get behind him, because he'll like flap his wings out, and the only place that he doesn't hit is directly behind him.
Okay.
So whatever direction he's facing when he jumps into the center, get behind him quick.
Alright, well, we can do that. We can do that. That's what I was curious about, what his special thing was.
That is a pretty large area you do your locusts.
Blood of demons will soon be gone from all creation. You will be the last of your kind for a few moments. Death comes, Nephilim.
I like how you can hear the pets laughing in the background. You know, here's this big bad guy giving off his ultimate speech, and you got a little guy laughing in the background. It throws it off completely. Can you imagine if you were that dude? How ticked off you would be? It'd be nuts. Okay, now I'm dead here. Thankfully, Dark Dragon is not. Although he might be here in a second. Yeah, the guy's just... he's tough.
I warned you.
Yeah, I wasn't right behind him. He just one hit, man.
That spin thing.
I see him jumping every once in a while too, so.
Alright, run up to you.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Oh, here he comes.
Oh, watch out for these skulls too.
Don't die, don't die, you're trapped, man. Get out of there.
I can't move.
Oh no. Use your shadow walk.
I can't. It's on cooldown. And I'm out of here.
Sweet. There you go. Let me go ahead and cast my pets. Put these things down and then stay away. Oh, wow. Get away from me. Leave me alone.
There's a healing globe upright, and there's 2 healing pools. One on each side.
Oh, I'm good now. I'm good on this one. Let's see. Are all my pets still alive? My gargantuans are. My dogs, I don't believe are, actually. I think they're dead. Jeez. Okay, there we go. We got our guys up. Oh. There's the little whirlwind you were talking about. Dang it, did he kill me again? Unbelievable. This dude is tough. I didn't even get to cast a spell on him. I was just trying to run around and stay alive. Oh, that's alright, man. You can kill him. There we go.
Now he's going Super Saiyan. Watch this.
The power of death. That is not the only weapon I possess.
He just absorbed the primevals.
He didn't get that big compared to what I thought he would be.
Oh, you don't need to be big. He's they put a cloud right on top of him too.
Oh, that's alright. Don't worry about him. I'm watching him. I can see it from here. If you do get a second, you come over here and grab me. That's fine. But I don't want you to die in the process, because this guy looks tough, yeah. Oh, check that out. That's cool, guys. I like the fact that he's shooting out fire and some kind of like, I don't know, like sparks of fire that come out as well. And these clouds, I'm you know, almost guaranteeing hurt like crap. Oh, he's coming for you, man. Get out of there, get out of there.
Did I get you?
No, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
And now I gotta get to the right.
So with that fire right there, he lets you know what direction he's going to be aiming in. He's coming right behind you, dude. There we go. Okay, yeah, you got me. I'll let you pull it away a couple of feet before. There we go. Let me go ahead and put my pets back up. Maybe at least they can do something. I doubt it.
12 o'clock.
Oh, no. No! Oh, man. Dang it. Dang it. I was not up for more than just a few seconds. Jeez. Okay, I'm back up. And there's a cloud on me, and I'm dead. I revived into a cloud, guys. Jeez. Could they make it any harder? This is tough. This is really, really bad for a fight, man. If you're not ready, if you don't know what you're doing, man, I can imagine you coming in here several times.
Oh, I've done many runs on this. Quick, stand up. Most of it is shoot and scoot.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit and run away.
But you got to know the pattern, and that's like the old school games where you had to sit there and learn it. Let's see, what did we get out of that?
There's no pattern.
Voodoo mask. Well, there kind of is. There's a couple of things to be aware of. Ooh, there's 2 reds in there. Can you see them?
Congrats. Nope, those are all yours, dude.
Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and check those out real quick, guys. We went ahead and got an amulet and the planned Reaper wraps.
Ooh.
I don't know what those actually do.
Amulet?
Let's see, this is the Reaper wraps, and the amulet is... Here we go.
Halcyon's Ascent. Oh, I hate that one.
Well, it does have a nice thing on it, though. You want to pick it up so you can touch it, or whatever, so you can get that little...
No transmog for amulets.
Oh, really?
The mesmerize where they jump up and down is just so lame.
Yeah, but it's still better than everything I have on anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to use that, but... I'll take the
Reaper
extra little
wraps,
thing.
you're going to love those because the special effect of the Reaper wraps is every time you pick up a health globe, it'll give you 25 to 30% of your mana pool.
Ooh, nice. That will be pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy up here, right?
Yep.
And this
It's all
is
you, man.
All right.
Where is the Black Soul Stone?
Malthael consumed it and took Diablo's soul.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free.
Ah, so Diablo is back yet again.
The Nephilim had done the impossible. By conquering death, he had redeemed the angels and saved all mankind. In that moment, with victory at hand, I saw the Nephilim in a new light. He is a hero who can defeat the champions of heaven and hell, and a witch doctor who protects the innocent. But within him beats a mortal heart that will one day be tempted to corruption. On that day, will he have the strength to resist? Or will he be our doom?
Nice. So they're implying that you're going to be the next greatest enemy. Could happen. Congratulations, guys. You defeated Diablo 3. More challenges and rewards await you in your adventure mode.
Yeah, now the fun begins.
Oh, and here's the credits, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go through the credits. We're gonna let you guys see that because it is part of the game. It does have like a nice, background music to this game
Yeah, and
design.
we
Blue,
gotta give them their credit where it's due.
yeah,
They
because
made the game, they deserve it.
yeah, and, I mean, just think about it. All of these people had to spend a lot of time working on this game, and yeah, of course, games are fun. I greatly enjoy playing them, but at some point, even what they're passionate about, that becomes work, and they're going to be showing up on days where they're not quite, up to par because they're sick or they got things going on in their life. They did all of that so they could create this game for you guys and for themselves. They're not doing it for unselfish reasons. They're getting paid for it, but they're very passionate about what they do as well. And that's one of the things that I just can't say enough about because when you meet somebody who has that same passion for what you do or just passion in general, you recognize it, and it's a beautiful thing because there's so many things that we do in our lives that we're not passionate about. We're just doing it because we got to do them. But
Robotically.
yeah, I mean, nobody, as far as I know, is passionate about driving in rush hour traffic. But there are people out there who are very passionate about driving, and that's cool that they can have that beautiful thing in their life that they go after, and that's what they spend their time with,
Hey.
and they get so much enjoyment out of it.
I
What's that?
love driving in rush hour traffic. I crank music, I bebop to the tunes, I sit here and smile and wave at the people flipping out next to me. I love it.
I don't flip out. I just don't find it highly enjoyable. Like I could be at home sitting on a couch, relaxing, or I could be in there with rush hour traffic, and it's hot outside for me almost the whole year. There is one thing that I wanted to know. Maybe you guys out there watching will be able to let me know this one is why is it that trucks have their exhaust curved out so that when they pull up to a vehicle, especially a vehicle that's not a truck, that the exhaust is at the direct height of the driver's side window? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, if I was a jerk and I was designing them, that's exactly how I would do it. But the old exhaust used to come out just straight ahead. So it was always pointing at the car behind you, and they have the windshield in front of them, and you don't really get that in your face. But living here in Texas, everybody got a truck. I got a truck, but I also got a normal car that I drive 90% of the time because of the fuel efficiency. And when you pull up next to a truck and that exhaust comes out right there into your driver's side window, and you have your window down because it happens to be a nice day, man, you get a face full of that exhaust, man. It's horrible. I don't know who designed it, but I want to punch him in the face, man, because that's rough. And yeah, it's crazy because it's a weird thing, but when it happens to you, like it's just like a blast in your face, and you're like, yeah, whoever designed that.
I can just imagine it hearing, hello? Hey, are you Joe Schmo?
Right.
Yes, I am.
Boom, right in the nose, man.
Your stupid exhaust.
Yeah, that's what somebody should have done to him because it's almost like that scene in Ghostbusters where they're talking about the Sigourney Weaver. She's up in that big skyscraper of an apartment building, and they're like the guy who designed that was also like this evil genius who designed it for all these other reasons, and that's kind of like what it is. Like the guy designed a really good exhaust, I'm sure, and then he was like, I'm so good at it, I'm going to do it to like mess with people. And he added this curve knowing that nobody would notice it until it was too late. And even once they did, they wouldn't believe that he did it on purpose. So it's like, I bet he's like a mad genius at home just laughing it up that people were getting like facefuls of exhaust. And it's only on like the worst vehicles too. It's not on like the Priuses or anything like that. No, it's on like the trucks. They get like the worst fuel efficiency, and they just spew this toxic stuff right out into your face.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just glad 18-wheelers haven't picked that little method up yet, because that's pretty. I see a lot of 18-wheelers going down the road, because Houston's a big city, so we got that I-10 where they go through just like all day long. 18-wheelers are going to be there, and usually multiple ones. I mean, it's crazy with those things. But I've seen a few of them that are so bad. There's like this big, thick black cloud coming out from behind it the whole time. Like the whole time it's going down the city. I'm like, holy crap! How does a cop not pull you over and be like, you can't drive that? Like that. That can't be right? I mean, you have to meet certain qualifications, and if you're not meeting them, you don't pass that test. That one clearly is not passing the test, and somehow it's still on the road. I don't know, but this is the stuff I have to think about while I'm sitting there in rush hour traffic, because there's nothing else to do. I'm not one of these people who want to watch a movie. I sometimes will listen to audiobooks. I would like to know what you guys at home do to pass the time when you're stuck in traffic. I know some of you don't even have to worry about it. You live out in the country, which is beautiful. I would love to do that one day. Just live out in the middle of nowhere and not have to worry about, because I grew up in a small town. So that's the way that I actually like, because I've done both. And I see the benefits to living in a big city. I definitely enjoy it most of the time. But there are a lot of benefits to living in a small town as well. And for me personally, that's just the way that I tend to go. So at some point, I hope to do that instead of living in a city. But I want to live close to it. Like I want to be out in the country, but I want to be close enough that if I want to come into the city for anything of importance, because the health facilities and all that stuff are always going to be better in the city than they are, further out in the country, because you're just going to have more doctors and the latest equipment because they got more patients, and it's always just slightly better. And Houston is really renowned for its medical field, so for that reason alone, it's just nice to be here in this area. But I love the country.
Two things. Did you breathe once in that entire spiel?
Right. Well, when you take a breath on here, they can hear it. So you do have to try to breathe while you talk. It's kind of weird, but you eventually learn how to do it without really stopping. Yeah. But I just wanted to give them something to think about while they're sitting here.
Watch when I'm in heavy traffic. I just looking over and seeing that dude slamming his face into his steering wheel and punching the dashboard, and I just love it. It's so funny to me.
I don't really see that anymore. I will look over and I'll see people watching iPods or their iPads and stuff like that. I won't see them really minding it so much. It's just nobody's watching the road because you only move like 10 feet in an hour. There's no reason to watch that road.
I live in New York, so walking up to somebody and say, "Hey, have a nice day," that makes them angry. So,
I guess that would be a thing if you didn't like the person telling you that, but that's just weird to get mad about.
Being nice to people gets New Yorkers mad.
Oh, I don't know. I've heard some really good things about New Yorkers. I've also heard some really horrible things about New Yorkers. So I would say it's probably just like anywhere else. You're going to have the good, you're going to have the bad. There's going to be some people who go there and have a great experience, and other people go there and just have the worst experience ever. I can't really judge a place until I've been there myself, because everybody's different. Like if I go to Disney World and I love it, somebody else goes there and hates it. That's just personal preference a lot of the time.
Disney World creeps me out.
But I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. It's personal preference. There's millions of people in this country and in other countries that love Disney World. You just don't happen to be one of them. But I'm sure there's tons of people out there that don't like Disney World either. So
when you go to a place where the workers are mandated to smile all the time.
Well, you ever went to a Gap? I mean, you work in retail, you're demanded to smile all the time. When I worked at the theater, that's what you had to do. If you didn't do it, you got in trouble, and they would be on your back about it. Like, there is a certain thing you have to do in every job that you just may not like. So you just have to find that one that you want.
I can understand being pleasant, but smiling like the Joker for the entire time you're working,
I don't think they want
psychological damage.
I think they want the smile, but I don't think they want the creepy value of the Joker one. Like, his is a smile, but it's like the evil smile. There's a middle ground between those, and you need to be closer on like the wholesome, have a nice day, I'm glad you came because we're best friends smile, rather than I might find a way to kill you some way, and you're not gonna like it, and it's gonna be painful, and in the end you're the one who's actually gonna do it. Like that kind of creepy smile, because that's what Joker was all about.
My kind of smile.
Well, I've never seen your smile, so I can't tell you on that one. But
I don't think you want to.
Joker was pretty good, and I have to say that at the time that was coming out, I didn't think Heath Ledger had it in him. Or is it Heath Ledger? I think it's Heath Ledger, right?
Yes, it's Heath.
Yeah, but I didn't think he had it in him, because I thought the original Joker, the one that I grew up with, was just fantastic. Like, how could you get any better than him? But he did it.
You don't remember his name?
You're talking about the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, crap. You got me on this one. What was his name?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, there you go. I'm great with faces. I'm horrible with names, so I recognize him right off the bat. I liked him from that movie where they were doing the Knights. I know a lot of people didn't like it. Was it A Knight's Tale or something like that, where they were doing the jousting and it was kind of fake? You know, they had like
Oh,
dancing in
yeah.
and stuff like that. But you know, he did a good job in that one. But I wasn't sure
Yeah, but he was also in The Shining.
as the little kid.
No, he was the man. You know, here's Johnny. That
Oh,
was
they did a
Jack
remake of that
Nicholson.
one. Oh no, not I'm not talking about Jack Nicholson. I'm talking about the other
Oh,
guy.
oh, Heath Ledger. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Jack Nicholson has done tons
Well,
of freaking movies. I mean,
I
to go through the list of the good stuff he has, we'd be here all freaking day.
I think Heath Ledger did a good job at doing the Joker. He did an interesting spin on the Joker, but it wasn't so amazing that, oh my God, nobody will ever be able to beat it. I
No,
mean,
but see, that's the thing is I didn't think anybody would be able to beat the original one. And then he comes along, and not only does he do a unique take on it, which is amazing to be able to do that for a character that has been so ingrained in everybody. Because he had to, I mean, I'm sure he grew up watching that. I'm sure he knew that
yeah.
character like everybody else did. And then he had to be like, let me wipe that out of my mind somehow and come up with a completely and totally unique, take on this character that's not only compelling and good, but will captivate people. Like it's not going to be silly.
Well,
And he did
his
it.
his version of the Joker was more of the dark version, and Jack Nicholson's was more of the kids-friendly type version. But the real Joker is somewhere in between that, because the Joker is the kind of guy that would sit there and pour acid all over your face while cracking a joke and laughing like crazy because he
Yeah.
finds it all funny.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're probably right. It's probably somewhere in the middle between those two. But just the fact that he tried something different, I have to give him credit for because not enough
Oh
people really
yeah.
do that. Like you watch the Spider-Man ones, and I know we're not talking about anything to do with the game, guys, but this is a really long credit scene here, so we're just kind of talking here. But with the Spider-Man ones, what I've noticed with those is they don't ever want to go off the book. Like
Oh,
this is the story, and we're just going to do the story again and then
because
again
the
and again.
fans will rip them apart if they do.
I don't think they will. I think at this point, the fans are probably just as sick of the same story again and again that they'd be
Well,
fine with you going off topic as long as you stick within what would actually happen in the
there is
universe.
so much more to Spider-Man than just the original couple stories that they've been telling over and over.
Yeah.
Why don't they do something like, Spider-Man when he's middle-aged with a pot belly? I mean, come on, do
Is that
something.
actually a thing? Did he actually do that? I don't remember him ever getting fat. I know they did the ones like in the future and stuff, but I
Well,
think
there's actually a female Spider-Man.
well, I mean, people will be fine with whatever they go with as far as whether it's going to be female or male.
No,
But I think
no,
with
there
any
actually
Spider-Man
is.
movie,
There's an actual female Spider-Man. It
no,
was
I
in
get that. I'm just saying,
episodes where it was multi-dimensional. It was Spider-Man from all these different dimensions, and he met his female counterpart, and she's like, Spider-Man? As a guy?
right?
She was just like, you're crazy.
Yeah, so they could still do it, but what I'm saying is, as far as like the stories that they have so many in their arsenal, and they only pick that one or two that they
Yeah.
just do over and over again. And I would like to see them kind of break out of that box and get an actor in there who's not afraid to play Spider-Man differently than every other person has ever played them. And it's not easy to do. It's like, how do you break yourself out of that box? Unless, of course, you're just one of these few people who have never watched a Spider-Man movie or read a comic book or been exposed to the culture in any way. And it's possible. I bet you more than anything, there's somebody out there that is just like that. But then you have to find that person who's just like that, who's an incredible actor or actress. And
Do you remember
that's not common.
Revenge
It's
of the
pretty rare.
Nerds?
Yeah.
The tall guy with the big nose, the
Right,
guy.
right.
I want him as Spider-Man. Because it's Peter
I...
Parker. That is what Peter Parker is. He's a complete socially inept nerd.
Are you talking about
That kid-
Booger?
No, not Booger. He's the one nerds. Or no. Booger's the one who burps for 10 minutes.
Right.
Booger's that does. Yeah, no, the main character. They had the shorter blonde and the
Oh,
taller.
the actual main guy that they follow around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want him as Spider-Man because, well, he's too old now, but just that complete, total nerd that nobody in school likes. That is who Peter Parker is.
The problem with that is the guy not only has to look like that, but he also has to be incredibly ripped. Because the moment Spider-Man gets bit by that spider, it says, like in all the comic books, he just becomes like
he
this.
gets like an Adonis body.
Yeah, and so you can't look like that guy, because then that guy was perfectly fine the way he was, but he wasn't like an Arnold, you know? He wasn't even close to that. As far as I remember, his arms were pretty thin and there was no muscle on them. So
Yeah.
you can't like if you put the Spider-Man suit on that guy, it's not going to look good. You know, like people are going to be like, that just looks, he needs to eat something, you know? Like,
Yeah, but
he's not big enough.
what's wrong with like Superman? Superman doesn't have to have a totally ripped body. He's so freaking strong. He doesn't even have to put any effort into anything.
You're right, but you also have to remember
where did
that
he get up muscle.
you got to remember that in our minds, if we see somebody who's like really thin and lanky busting through a wall, it will immediately go into like that's fake as crap, because our minds know that you have to be incredibly strong to break stuff, and the harder the material, just the bigger we want that person to believe to make it believable, even if they have like magical powers that don't really, because it doesn't really process. Like, you have to still be pretty big, and that's why all our superheroes, you know, you think of like Die Hard movies, you look at what's that one, Vin Diesel and stuff,
to
you know?
work out a continent. I mean,
Well,
does he bench press Australia to
I had
get
seen
some reps in, or what?
I have seen in one of the animated series, or not series, but movies that they had, the key to his place was so heavy he was the only one able to pick it up, and it was made out of like some kind of weird material.
That was Death of Superman.
Yeah. See, so on that
I
one,
watched that last night actually. The key weighs 500 quadrillion tons.
right? See, so on that one, there is materials out there that are really heavy, so he could bench press that stuff. Although that was his key and it was that heavy, so the key is something really light. So he'd need something that was even heavier than that to give him a workout. But I don't think he works out. I think it's just naturally supposed to be imbued into him, just like Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't work out. He just got that muscle from the, you know, whatever that you know, serum was that he got from the spider bite. So it's just one of those things where we just expect them to have it, and if they don't look the part. And so that's why you're forced into getting people who are, you know, really ripped and then making them look nerdy, rather than finding somebody who's really nerdy and making them really ripped. I guess you could go that route, but it'd be a lot harder, especially for somebody who's just naturally nerdy. I just
think it would be more entertaining to see like a 5'3", 98-pound Superman. I mean,
they could do it.
Little guy throwing trucks and everything out of his way and blasting through buildings. That would just be so entertaining.
They could do it. It would either come off one or two ways. It would just be, you know, fake as nothing else, or it'd be funny. It'd be humorous, because Spider-Man would no longer be taken seriously anymore. You couldn't have him like in a love story, because everything he did was just be, you know, oh, look at the guy who shouldn't be able to even pick up a bagel, let alone, you know, a 4,000-pound sumo wrestler that he's tossing around like nothing. You know, it just doesn't look right. And so our minds would just instantly go to funny. And like that would change. Yeah, and it would just change the, what's wrong with Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito is Superman.
Well, other than the fact that he's not incredibly ripped, I think he could pull it off. I'm not against his height at all. I just don't think he has the muscle mass for it. Like, you would need somebody like Vin Diesel, or I don't think Vin Diesel would do well, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, he's too big.
What?
Yeah, because
you can't. Superman?
Yeah, you can't have like Arnold and Superman part. Like, you can't go that big. You got to be somewhere like in the middle. Because I've never seen a comic where he was that ripped, like he was that big. He was always kind of like your every man. At least that was the sense. He was your every really tall guy, because he was incredibly tall in the comics, from what I remember.
Who, Superman?
Yeah, wasn't he? Like 6 feet or something?
Like 6'2", 6'4".
Which is, you know, above average on that one with height. So it's a pretty tall dude trying to mix it up. But again, it is New York, or supposed to be something like New York in there at least. So I'm pretty sure he could be able to blend in. But wow, this is a really long intro or exit. I mean, this credit scene is crazy, guys.
Yeah, there was like a lot of people who did this, dude.
Yeah, we went off on like 4 different tangents and wrapped ourselves around like these weird topics, and it's still going. This is nuts. Can you imagine if we were sitting here trying to read out everybody's name? I mean, it's going too fast for me to even keep up with it, but no, don't slow it down because that would take even longer. This is nuts. Is this in like in parts? Are we gonna have to stay tuned for episode 2 on this one? Because this is this is
I don't. I've
crazy.
never actually sat here through all of these credits. I've always just,
Now
hit the back button and been done with it.
right now, there is a box in the top right corner that says Reaper of Souls credits. Has that been changing as we've been going through it? Have they been doing like the first game and then the expansion right after that?
Well, if you look up there, you could watch the Diablo 3 credits.
Well, have we already done that though? Did it start with that and then went through
No,
this one?
this is just the Reaper of Souls.
Wow, that's it. Just the expansion, not even the original game.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, guys! Look at how many people have worked on
I
this
know
thing
they
to come out.
employed New York City to do this. The whole city.
This is a lot. This is a lot of effort, and that it shows because as we were playing the game, we would see little touches that they took the extra time to do, and this is why they had the extra time to do it. They had a lot of hands on deck, a lot of people, lending their expertise and their passion to the field into this game, and it's not very common that we get these AAA titles that really meet the expectation that we put into it. A lot of the time, we'll see the game come up a little short because we just want it too much. We expect it just the moon and then some. But this one, man, we wanted a lot out of it because it had been a while since they came out with one, and I liked it. I think they did a fantastic job with it.
Yep, and their plan from the get-go was to have 10 expansions.
And how many have they done so far? Just one?
One. There's Diablo 3, and then there's Reaper of Souls.
Are they going to come out with more or no?
9 more.
Okay, so that's a long future for these things because how long did they wait for the second one? A year? 2 years?
To come out with Reaper of Souls?
Yeah.
About a year and a half.
So if they keep that pace up, 10 expansions, yeah, about 10 years, maybe somewhere around 15 years, you'll still be playing the different expansions they come out with.
It's been 15 years since Diablo 2 came out, and people are still playing it.
Oh, I'm not putting them down. I wasn't trying to be negative about it. I'm just saying, like, it has long...
That's what they're expecting out of this one, is to have that much replayability.
I hope they're right, because that will be something to see, the fact that they can do that twice. Not a lot of companies can recreate the magic they had for an earlier game. Yeah. They usually just kind of trade on it. They create something that's close, and fans love it because they loved the other one so much. And that will carry them over for 3 or 4 sequels until they hit that jackpot again. Is it? Because it could be just tricking you. I don't think it's over yet, guys.
I don't see any more.
Here we go.
And it's fading. Oh, wait.
Wait, what's going on? Are we getting an extra ending?
I don't know.
We might be. It kind of seems like it's frozen for a second.
No, it's over! Yes!
There we go, guys. That was all the credits. For those of you who wanted to see them and have never seen them before, because I doubt anybody else has sat there and shown you the entire thing from start to finish. That was nuts. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, take that second, hit that like button, or if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will definitely catch you next time.